What makes relationships last?
Our relationship has had its ups and downs, but what we've found is good communication holds everything together.
We decided to dedicate time every week to not only strengthen our relationship, but stimulate personal growth.
Strong relationships are built on strong communication.
Welcome to Date Night Conversations.
Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Date Night Conversations. I'm Chantel.
And I'm Greg.
And guys, in this episode, Greg and I are going to ask each other 3 random questions we have never asked each other before.
Guys, I'm always looking forward to these questions. I love the conversations they stimulate. I love the way it just makes you think on a deeper level.
I love that. So,
and I love the feedback we get from you guys.
like the best part.
So yeah, make sure you comment down below. Let us know your response to these questions. We love hearing from you guys.
Yes. All right, babe. You ready to get into this?
Yeah.
All right, let's get into it. All right, so I'm up first. Okay. Guys, first question. So excited. Okay. Would you rather win a Grammy or an Oscar?
Okay. So Grammy is music, and an Oscar is like movies.
Acting, performance.
Acting,
yeah. So Grammy or Oscar?
Oscar just seems more realistic.
You're already on your way to getting the Oscars in my in my household here with your antics.
I don't get it.
You've never heard someone say to you, you should win an Oscar-winning performance? That's like Oscar winning.
Yeah, you're making fun of them. That's what we say to our children.
And our children, Danny crying today.
Yeah, they just put on an act. So what's my act?
Oh.
You tell me. Yeah, the kids, always, they're the best actors. You just have to stare at them for a second. Get out of here. And then they'll be putting on some big show. Stop. And then they just stop. Okay, so what's my act?
I can't point it out, but I know there's times where...
can't point it out. Exactly.
Okay. So where are we?
Okay, let me tell you where you're acting, though. Sorry.
No.
Let me tell you where you're acting.
Nobody's acting.
Yes, Miss Oscar winner. Okay, you haven't said Oscar or Grammy, so I'm just assuming Oscar. Oscar or Grammy, you gonna be a singer?
Tell your story. Because I know you're burning to tell your story.
When you opened the door to the truck to check on Amaya. Oh my god, guys, you have to see this. Amaya needs treatment. We gotta go, guys.
We can't do this ever again.
Yeah, we can't do this ever again.
But I meant that wasn't me acting. That's the joke.
We're totally gonna do it again.
I'm not gonna do it.
Under different circumstances.
I can't.
Yes,
I keep giving you chances.
That was, what was that one called? The Aftermath. Amaya needs treatment.
Right. I'm dead serious. I am not doing that again. That was not
If you want to see what that is, you can, there. But when you open the door, you know you're being a little over the top. Oh my god, guys. We can never do that again.
Greg, she was in pain. She was legit like crying.
Yeah, and then 5 minutes later, what was she doing?
Skipping.
Somersaults. Okay. Oscar or Grammy?
Definitely an Oscar.
Okay.
I feel like I've won several.
What category?
That's a good question.
There's
Action.
such a variety. Lead, supporting, in a film, in a short film.
Oh, lead. Always.
A musical. Lead female actor in a feature film.
Yeah.
Okay.
How about you?
Yeah.
Why would you want to be anything less? You want to be lead. I would take a supporting role, actually.
Yeah, it could be good too.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind that. Just saying. Okay.
Yes. Acting over singing.
Yeah. All right. We're good? We're going to throw it back to these guys?
Yeah.
All right, guys. We're throwing the question back to you, but let's read it one more time.
Would you rather win a Grammy or an Oscar?
All right, guys. You know what to do. Drop a comment down below. All right. We're moving on to the second question. And you're up.
All right. When was the last time a scent reminded you of childhood memory? And share that story.
Oh my goodness. I honestly...
That's a good one, but it's hard.
It is really hard. Okay. I kind of know of one. It's almost like a raisin bread or like baking muffins.
Okay.
It reminded me of going to daycare when I was a child, and the smell, because they used to do like raisin bread often.
Okay.
Something along those lines. That's the first thing that really comes to my head. But I know there's other scents. I'm like, oh my gosh, that reminds me of a time when.
Yeah. Last time scent reminded you of childhood memory. I'm trying to think of it, like a recent time where I smelled something and it's like, wow, that reminds me of...
Like grandma's house or...
No, it's going to be something more random. Like the one that sort of comes to mind is manure.
Oh, you and the farms.
Yeah, I can't help that. That's like a significant thing.
Okay, fair enough.
Because I'm literally living in the barn shoveling manure for a whole day. Like you're in it. And if it's not done, it's like you're not going to get done in a day. Next day you're back in there. It's basically you're throwing hay, and if it's raining, you got to do something else. You go in the barn.
Oh my goodness.
Shovel manure. Or, depending on the time of year, the season, I could be on the tractor spreading manure on the field. So you just smell it in the air. Right. So, if I'm at like, we're in the city, but you know, around say the outskirts of the city where they have fields still, you can smell it when they use the manure spreader. And that reminds me of childhood. You're like, oh my god, the kids will be like, gross, what's that smell? Like, you know, we're like a bit north. You know exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And to me, it's just normal. I don't smell it gross like what they smell. It just reminds me of when I was working on the farm. Yeah.
That's fair. Oh, I couldn't do that. Honestly, if I had the parents you had and I had to do that for my grandparents, I'd be a runaway. I'm not doing it.
Really? You think it'd be that bad?
I couldn't.
Oh my goodness.
I couldn't.
No, it was not bad.
But you're also a guy too. Probably like this.
Like, but I don't want to say like raised in it, but I spent time on the farm my whole life. It's not like I came from the city and
No, I get that.
dropped into it.
I get that.
Yeah.
So that's probably why you're so used to it.
Versus taking someone who's the city their whole life and throw them in the farm.
Oh my gosh.
I don't think that goes as well.
I'll mess somebody up. All right, guys, we're going to throw it back to them?
Yeah.
All right, guys, we're going to throw it back to you, but I'll read the question one more time. When was the last time a scent reminded you of a childhood memory? Share that story with me. All right, guys, I want to hear some interesting stories. You know what to do. Drop a comment down below. They
say, like, scent is one of your strongest senses tied to memory. I think that's where that question comes from. And like smell a certain perfume someone wears and it'll take you right back to the first time you smelled somebody wearing that.
My dad had this air freshener in his car, and I can almost smell it, and it brings me back to just being in that car. That car.
Yeah, exactly.
Remember that. Wow. So true. That can really jog some memories, man. Like scent. That's a good one. All right. Last question.
Yeah.
And I'm up?
You're up.
All right, guys. Last one. It's so sad. Okay. What do you think society owes its citizens?
What? What do you think society owes its citizens?
That's like a different question.
Is this kind of like...
I think, you know what I think that comes to mind?
What's that?
It's just the freedom of being who you are.
I think that's a big one.
Like whatever you believe in, who you are, whatever it is you want to do, just live and
You're
let
allowed
live.
to be that, but you have to appreciate that everybody else can be whatever they are.
Yes. And
nobody else has to believe what you believe.
I
think that's a big one. So what do you think society owes its citizens?
I think it's fair. You know, and I feel there's going to be times where obviously, you know, people clash, right? And usually people clash because they don't believe in whatever it is
that somebody else
believes in, or who you are, whatever it is, right? But I think if we can appreciate that that's contrast and focus on other things that we do vibe with, the world would be a much better place.
You're saying live and let live is a big one. And I think the other part to that is a general respect.
Yeah, don't get hooked on it. And when I mean hooked on it, it's like people start calling other people names. They get fixated on the problem.
Because this again comes to that, like, a mutual respect for each other.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
you wouldn't do things to other people that you won't want other people to do to you.
That's right.
And it's just like pretty much as simple as that.
It is.
I think that's like, dude, don't go blasting your music in your loudspeaker like when you're sitting on the bus.
No.
But no, just as a general example, it's one of those things where you wouldn't want someone else with completely different taste in music to come and do that to you.
Right.
And I don't think that people think of that. They could be in their own space. I love my music and just living in their best world right now, and that's totally awesome. But I think it's just not considered the people around you.
Right.
And that's where I'm just like a general mutual respect.
Mutual respect.
Do unto others.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I don't know if that's like a great example.
I think it is. It's never happened. I've never had that issue being on a bus.
You've never had that?
Someone blaring their music on the bus?
Okay, how about a change room at the gym?
Yeah, I have. But it
and
didn't bother
people,
me.
Like, just blasting like vulgar music, and I don't want to hear that.
Oh,
and it's like totally inappropriate. Like, and I know it's other people are offended, and there's looks. I'm like,
yeah, I can totally see where you're coming from. Absolutely.
But you shouldn't even have to be told that. That's my perspective. So, society, what do you think society owes its citizens?
Mutual respect.
Live and let live. Mutual respect. And I think that would make for a more comfortable society. Because you can still have disagreements, and that's okay.
Right.
You just appreciate that someone else has a different perspective.
Yeah. And I, come this far to practice that now. And, if I get into a situation where I don't always agree, I just look at that person like, okay, so it's just a difference, and that's okay. Like, they're totally okay to, have a difference in opinion, and it doesn't bother me because I am who I am. If I agree on the belief, then, I adapt something new, and I've grown, But I don't ever put people down or call people names or say anything like that because they don't believe in what I believe in, or they're wearing something that I wouldn't wear, or they speak a certain way that I don't like. It's not like that. I appreciate every individual for who they are and can see their beauty, because it's more than superficial, like what's on the outside. It really matters to me, like your vibe, like who you are on the inside.
So yeah, society is basically the group of citizens. What do they owe to them as individuals, is how I'm looking at that.
Me too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one. All right, should we throw it back to them?
Yeah.
All right, guys, we're going to throw the question back to you, but let's read it one more time.
What do you think society owes its citizens?
All right, guys, you know what to do. Drop a comment down below. All right, guys, that was some good conversation. I liked it.
Yeah, it was interesting.
It was.
That was episode 49.
49. Wow. Come so far.
Yeah, that made me think, though. So we got an Oscar? I don't remember the second question. Oh, the childhood memory.
Childhood memories. That's a sweet one.
Yeah, scent tied to childhood memory. And the last one, society owe its citizens.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Let us know your responses to these questions.
Yeah, guys, we're looking forward to interacting with you. We always just get a new perspective when you guys answer some of these questions. It's awesome. We just want to thank you so much for doing that.
Absolutely. We really appreciate the responses, guys. We love reading all the comments, and we look forward to every episode.
We do. All right, guys. That was Date Night Conversations, episode 49. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you in the next episode. Bye.